All right. First of all, we're going to invite our veterans to come in. Please don't applaud. These veterans are some of the most humble veterans I've ever met, and it embarrasses them, okay? So they're going to walk around and come in on this side in just a second, wherever they are. I hear them. Here they come. So, but we've got some amazing young men and women to share our stories with you today for them. Terry, while they're sitting.
Okay, and we do ask that you please silence your phones and also no flash photography, please. Okay? We're going to do Pledge of Allegiance first?
No, they're coming.
Okay.
They want to be here for that. So Bonnie?
Bonnie. Here they go.
Yeah, y'all come
Come
sit
on.
down. We're waiting on you. Hi, would y'all please rise and stand with us for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Lori just took my line.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now I'd like to introduce Phil Alford. Phil has recently been serving as the Associate Pastor and Minister of Music at First Baptist Church of Heath. So Phil is here to sing the national anthem for us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mr. Phil. I want to thank, you can sit down. See, I'm nervous.
Sit. Stay.
Yes. Positive reinforcement will be served after this is over. We have to positively reinforce them for putting up with me. Someone asked me one time, this is off script, Terry, sorry. Somebody asked me one time, why do we use John Wayne to say the Pledge of Allegiance? My father is the one that taught me how to be a proud American, and his nickname was John Wayne. So one of the ways that I keep my daddy here, because I know he would be very proud of who we are and what we're doing, is to have his favorite person say the Pledge of Allegiance for me. So somebody asked me why. Okay, I'm gonna cry, that's why. It's because if it wasn't for that man and his strong belief in America and our soldiers, he was a sergeant in the Air Force, and if it wasn't for him and the way he raised me, we wouldn't be here today. So off script, so special guest and special welcome. for everybody to hear. And there's something that most of you that know me know that I am a dog trainer. I mean, I can train the dog to go get the dishes off the table and load them in the dishwasher for you. Pull up your pants, zip your zippers, all these kind of crazy things. And I've spent a lot of years behind a desk. And I finally feel and went to my board that I want to train dogs, okay? I want to visit with the veterans that I love very much. And so the board was very generous and said, okay, I think Patriot PAWS is standing on its own 2 feet now, that I'm still CEO, I'm not going anywhere, but I am going to get some help. Terry's been around for years to help me, but I want to introduce Randy Chambers. He is going to be the new COO. For Patriot PAWS, and he's going to help do some of that desk work, that paperwork, so that I can go spend more time with the puppies. And if anybody knows me, as soon as they told me that, poor Dr. Rhonda, who is also on my board, goes, oh no, Lori's doing the puppies. Now we have 30 new puppies running around here. So I take the blame. That's my fault for bringing in all the puppies. But we also have some special guests. As most of you know, we have a prison program. And we could not do it without our prison program. And we also have some special guests, and I know you're here. I saw you. Where are you?
Mary's back there.
And Mary, Assistant Warden from the Lane Murray unit, got to come today. Monica and her husband got to come from Huntsville today, and her husband is one of our assistant wardens at the boys unit, or men's unit. And one of my favorite wardens that retired, Judy Scott, and her friends are here today. So a special thank you to them. And I'm going to ask something off script again. Mary, where did you put those coins? Okay, I will come see you in just a minute. I got a special surprise for some people. But anybody else from TDCJ that I didn't recognize, please let you know that our hearts are full of thank you for all that you do for us and all this. We also want to talk about, of course, Terry will do the sponsors, right? Here, you take over now. One of our veterans that went through the graduation, we changed it a little bit. As we grow, we have more and more dogs, and they were waiting 6 months because we were only having 2 graduations. Thank you. We were only going to have, we were having graduation after graduation just for 2 veterans here, 3 veterans there. And this year we changed it up. We wanted to only go back to training the dogs and training the veterans, and we'll have 2 celebrations a year. We'll do one in the spring. It will be in our prison program. And then we will do one in the fall that will be here. But one of those veterans that came for the summer graduation that we didn't have one of these ceremonies for sent us something very special. And for those that haven't been to the training center in a while to see the growth and the changes that we've done, he's actually put what I call a drone video, an aerial video of the Patriot PAWS facility. And this is from Greg Archer of the Patriot PAWS home.
I just want to point out that's the first time I've been taller than Lori.
That's Greg's special way of being here today. Is he actually made that video when he was here getting his dog, and he lives in,
Colorado.
I know it's Colorado, but I was Caprock, Colorado, just outside of Colorado Springs, and he wasn't able to fly back down or come back down for this graduation, so he actually sent me the video and waved at you in the video, so I thought that was pretty cool for him to be here today. But we also have Terry to introduce.
Okay. Again, thank you all for being here. This is a very special graduation. They're all special, but this one, we've just been so blessed over the last couple of years. And so we want to thank all of you for that. I want to introduce first our staff. If you are staff, and this means we actually pay you, please stand up.
With not puppy kisses. This is
Okay.
payroll.
They're mostly right here, and Sharon is somewhere. There they are, Sharon and, okay, and Jay, do we still pay you? Okay,
Jay pays me.
yeah.
Jay pays me to be here.
And this is a wonderful group of folks, and then out the door, we have some people. We have our interns and our trainers, and we have a really great group of people that work for us, and we are so excited about what's coming in the future. So our staff, we also have interns. We have 6 interns, and they're all outside waiting to come in. And our intern program, we started in June, where Lori went, you know, we just can't get good dog trainers. And so she decided to grow her own. And so we actually are certified by the state of Texas as a certified service dog training school. And so to train trainers. And so she hired 6 interns, and they've been working diligently since June, and it's really making a huge difference. So we're very excited that they're all here as well. We also have our board of directors. Dr. Rhonda, I saw you. If you would stand up. Doctor, yeah, tried to sneak
She
through.
gets the biggest one.
Yeah. Just to let you know, Dr. Rhonda's been on our board for many, many years, and we now have, since the start, we now have a full veterinary clinic in our training center, and Dr. Rhonda graciously donates 1 day a week to us and comes in, does surgeries, does anything we need. She also will, we can do our own spays and neuters now. We do all of our own preventative, and any veterans that live in the area that can bring their dogs to us can get free veterinary care. And so, we're so thankful for Dr. Rhonda for having the big heart that she does. Also,
I'm going to clarify that. That's veterans that got a dog from us.
oh yeah, a service dog, a full, yeah.
Texas has 67,000
Yeah,
veterans. Wait a minute.
you cannot all come, okay? There's just no room. Okay, other board members, is there anybody, any other board members? I can't. Just Dr. Rhonda. Randy used to be a board member, but we kicked him off the board and demoted him and hired him. So, puppy raisers out there, please stand up. Tammy, where are you? Okay, puppy. This is an amazing group, and all of these young folks you see over here, these are Texas A&M puppy raisers. Gig 'em. We have a group, a university-sanctioned program at Texas A&M, and these guys do so much work with the dogs. They take the dogs to classes. They're just amazing. The dogs, I say they go to classes, they go to movies, they've been to restaurants. Who knows how many keggers these dogs have been to? But yeah, I see you. But also one of the cute, really sweet things I saw when we were standing outside the door here earlier on, and Spencer and his dog were sitting out there, and a couple of these girls come up and they stopped dead when they saw his dog. And all of a sudden tears started flowing because they had worked with that particular dog. And so this is as important to them as it is to us. And for our DFW, y'all can sit now. Go sit. For our DFW puppy raisers, you guys are amazing, have always been amazing. We so appreciate everything you do. And you just do so much by socializing these dogs. And I also want to recognize our inmate trainers, our offender trainers. They don't get to come to graduation when it's here, but they also work so hard at training our dogs and making a difference. And hopefully we're making a difference in their lives as well. So, yeah. And I do want to also recognize the fact that we are looking for more puppy raisers. So if you are interested in being a puppy raiser, please let us know. We have a new puppy raiser coordinator. Some of the husbands going, not going to happen. But we do have a new puppy raiser coordinator. Terry, stand up. This is Terry Schmidt. Terry is our new puppy raiser coordinator. And yes, she is standing. But she's our DFW puppy raiser. And so we're going to be rebuilding our puppy raiser program in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So if that is something that you're interested in, please let us know. And we'll be working, let Terry know. And she's new Terry, I'm original Terry, so, okay. Also, our ambassadors who are also volunteers, so ambassadors, where are our ambassadors? You guys stand up, thank you. Our ambassador program is one that we started a few years ago, and someone thought that Paul was a COO. He hasn't made it that far yet, but he is an ambassador. Our ambassadors go out and they basically spread the word about Patriot PAWS. Suzanne was standing up too, but she was in the back. But anyway, they spread the news about Patriot PAWS, and they keep us from having to take time away from training to go out and do that. Also, any members of DBA, Dallas Builders Association here? Nope. Okay, they are building a veteran house next door for us, and it is a place where the veterans can congregate. They can also stay when they come back to recertify their dogs and so forth. And then all of our volunteers, because all of our volunteers, regardless of what you do for us, we couldn't do it without you. You are the bread, the butter on our bread. You make everything so much easier for us, even if it's something as simple as shredding paper. It's something that we don't have to do, and it gives us more time to do what we need to do. Also, special thanks to our Hilton team. We want to recognize they've been wonderful. They have made it possible for us to have graduation here instead of at the training center. So I want to recognize Abba, Elizabeth, and Robert. If y'all would please stand. And in recognition for what you guys have done, Abba or somebody come up after, and we have a trophy for you to say thank you for all you have done for us. And we've heard from our veterans that stayed here that they were so welcoming and made such a difference in their stay. So thank you guys, really appreciate it. And then I know I'm going on, but let's see. Oh, and now it's time to introduce our Teresa Bass. Teresa is a volunteer who's been with us for longer than anybody, since 2009, I believe. And Teresa wrote a poem called I Am a Service Dog that we do it every graduation now because it's so touching. Teresa.
I think we all know what a big day it is today for you veterans, but it's also a big day for your dogs because each of these dogs has worked their entire life to get to today, most of them since they were only 6 to 8 weeks old. And I think if they could, they would like to tell you something, but since they can't, I will for them. So, Rachel, Rebecca, Anthony, Brent, and Spencer, this is to you from your dog. As far back as I can remember, there were lots of people in my life. Some of them were at the training center. I lived with some of them in their homes, and I even lived with some of them who were in prison. All of them loved me and took care of me and taught me everything that I was supposed to learn, but I never knew why I had to learn to do all those things. Until now, that is, because now I have you. You see, I am a service dog, and you're my person. All of those other people before you were mine for only a little while, but you are my forever person. You are why I have spent my whole life learning to do all those things, far more than any regular dog ever learns, but I was not meant to be a regular dog. I was meant to be a service dog, and now I am your service dog. I promise to help you in every way that I can and never leave your side. As long as there is breath in my body, I will serve you. I promise to take care of you and love you, and all that I ask is that you take care of me and love me in return. I know that your life has been difficult, but now you have me, and I will do everything that I can to make your life better. Some things may still be difficult, but we will face them together, and whatever happens, we'll see it through, you and I. You're my purpose in life, and you're my destiny, and I couldn't be happier. I am your service dog, and you're my person, and I can't wait to start our new life together. God bless you all.
Bonnie's telling me, you're not going by the script. I never go by the script. But it is time for you to see. Every graduation, we spend 2 weeks with our veterans. They come in on a Sunday usually. We meet them Monday morning between 8 o'clock. The churches in the area feed us. Brent says all he's done since he's been here is eat. So they feed them amazing breakfasts and things. Then they spend the first week, every dog that we have in the program that is close to graduating or up to graduation will work with these veterans for the first 4 days. So they get to see all the dogs in training, and we get to watch all the dogs in training and see how that transition goes. If you watch a dog, the dogs learn to pick their person. They go, ooh, I like her, or ooh, I like him. And they work better for that person. And then we take the time as trainers and puppy raisers, and we watch and we see and we go, oh, she's got 4 kids. He don't do too good with 4 kids, you know. Or he lives in the woods with the deers and the squirrels, and we got to work on the recall, you know. So all these things are going on behind the scene. But all the dogs, their whole personalities change. It's like they know something different is going on. And they say, you smell different. But they start looking and they start snoring and they're going, we teach all the dogs, they eat out of your hand. They don't feed it out of a bowl, so it builds a relationship. And the trainers are just watching the dogs, and we're just going, yes, yes, you know. When one runs over and picks up a cane or a crutch, we're going, it's working, you know. They're like children. You keep your fingers crossed. I've told each one of them, I'm not giving them a robot. I'm giving them a 7-year-old child. And if you don't want another kid, you don't want a service dog. Because they have good days and they have bad days, just like the rest of us. Jazz had a bad day the other day. I had put puppies in my car. And if anybody knows Jazz, which is my dog, she does not like puppies. And I opened the back door and I said, see, there's puppies in here. You can't get in here. So I go around and open the front door and she looks at me and goes. And then to make it even worse, she goes. Because there was puppies in those cars. But with a little cheeseburger, she got right in. So today, before we introduce the veterans to you, I want you to see the dogs that were working their tails off, literally, and they're all exhausted out there this morning. Our first one, Bonnie, you gonna come introduce the dogs and the handlers. Cindy, stop just a sec. Cindy, wait, good girl. I tell my kids, wait, go through, sit down. They all look at me like, Mom, really? So, Okay, so we're just going to do the dogs at this point. The first dog coming through is with Miss Cindy.
Chris. This is Chris.
Is Mr. Chris. Y'all can clap for the dogs.
Reba.
Then you have little Miss Reba. Star.
Blue.
Blue.
Rose.
Rose petal.
Stella.
And nobody can tell Stella's a little different.
Hold on, everybody.
Stella. Y'all slow down just a little bit, guys. Slow down.
Stella.
We have Stella.
We have Sergeant Nick.
Sergeant Nick.
Woody.
Woody. Maverick.
Siebert.
Siebert. And the star of the show, my one and only Jazz. The handler working her today, she goes, don't we get to go through too? So Jazz always goes through. All right. But what I would like to do is take this time for you to see what they've done for the last 2 weeks. We've taken pictures each and every day, but again, this is the first time we've put multi-graduations together. Some of our veterans that graduated in the summer were not able to arrive today, one due to physical disabilities and others due to travel arrangements. But we, again, wanted to share with you the amazing hard work that these dogs have done and the veterans. And I want you to watch something. I want you to see the veterans smile. Watch their faces. That will touch your heart. He was not able to attend with us today. This is Greg, who made our video for us, his wife. Look at Cindy, who is our trainer at Texas A&M. Again, this is Aaron. Learning to get dressed. See me. They're learning place downstay. They love to play. Look at the cane. Yes, got it. Ringing the bell to go outside, pawing your foot to let you know you got to go potty. Get the leash. Ups and off. And pure love. Sometimes they go a little far on the ups. They go under. There's a good up. I'm watching you. Look at the smiles. If you notice, they're working with multi-dogs. some of the interns. This is when they're working on retrieval and give. They have to deliver it into your hands. Tugging open doors, tugging open gates, pushing help buttons to help open the doors and the gates. Tugging open the refrigerator, closing the refrigerator. I need to teach my kids that. Helping with the laundry, dropping things in the basket. Discussing what we're seeing. There goes the help. That was the puppy parade for that graduation. He is a professional photographer, by the way. Kira and Craig. Aaron and Storm. There you go. One happy family. Almost there. Ta-da! Aaron and Storm, Greg and Kira, Spencer and Luke. Social companions. Social companions are dogs that everybody wants to know what we do with them if they don't make it. They still get a job. They still get to work and help somebody within the home. They just don't get public access. So these are perfect example of some of the dogs that are strong working dogs that just don't get to go out on an airplane or a train. This is our graduation for now, the two weeks that we've been here. Miss Stella. I haven't named those dogs. He's going to figure it out. Got it. Wait for it. Got it. Yes. It's true. That's a good leave-in. I think it was turkey. Aaron's favorite position. Which one of these is not like the other one? We actually took him to the flight museum to practice working on airplanes. And stairs. Look at the smiles. Lord, help me. Rose Petal and Anthony. Rachel and Star. Rebecca and Reba. Brent and Chris. And introducing a new class of puppies. More to come. Till next time. That's a great day, isn't it? Don't you just want to smile? For the mamas that are in here, I want you to think about something. You've raised these kids, your kids, all your life. And you get in the car and you drive them off to college. And when they get out, you let them go in the door. And you're so strong and everything, and you're brave, and you hug them, and they're crying, and you're okay, it's okay. Half of your heart is split right down the middle. You remember that day? You're so proud of them. They got to go to college. And you get back in that car, and you go around the corner, and you stop it, and you bawl your eyes out. That's my day today. But we're going to go off script again. Because my husband has the most amazing husband in the world, and he's sitting right here on this back corner. Hi, Danny.
That is the hardest working man in the world, and he's probably really embarrassed now, but we love you.
But one of the things that makes him so amazing is he lets me go have dinner with a lot of other men. But the most amazing thing is he knows I have a boyfriend. And my boyfriend was actually able to come here today. He is, he's looking at me going, do what? Sorry, Danny, I made it public. He is 101 years old. Sergeant Nick is here today. I heard that he's here. Where is he? Come here.
I'll stand for Sergeant Nick.
Sergeant Nick. right, I'm going to ask him to roll back here. He got a lot of people, he said. But he loves our puppies. So for when his 100th birthday, he decided that instead of getting birthday presents, he wanted to help support the puppies. So since he was able to come here today, we're going to go off script again, and we're going to do the puppy parade again so he can see all the puppies. So Bonnie's going to take over, and here comes the puppies, Sergeant Nick. Here comes Chris. Yeah. Here comes Miss Reba. Miss Reba's going to come up and give him a kiss. Come here, Reba. Say hi. Yeah, there she is. That's Miss Reba. There you go. Oh, thank you. And then we have Miss Star. Here comes Miss Star to say hi. Say hi. She's going to give him kisses. Oh, he loves the puppies. That's Star. And then we have Miss Blue. Here comes Miss Blue. Here's Blue. Say hi, Nick. Say hi, Nick. All right. Then we have Rose Petal is going to come by and say hi. Was at his 100th birthday party. Yeah. And then we have Woody Maverick. It's like having twins. Which one are you? There you go. Mr. Maverick. And then we have your favorite girl, Miss Jazz. Here comes Jazz. Jazz, say hi to Nick. Say hi, Nick. Say hi, Nick. She says, no, you got turkey in your pocket. Okay, thank you. Siebert is going to come again. Here comes Mr. Siebert. Hey, Siebert, you say hi? Say hi to Nick. Yeah, there we go. No, Jazz already went by. I'll bring her back to you. All right, here comes Mr. Woody. Woody, you want to say hi? Want to say hi to Nick? So, and then we have Miss Stella. All right, Jazz has to come back. Miss Stella. Huh? And best of all, here comes Sergeant Nick. He held this puppy for hours when Sergeant Nick was a baby. He would come see us. There he goes. He's good looking at his hand, he says. All right. That's Sergeant Nick. That's your puppy. All right. So, Elizabeth, would you let Jazz go sit with Sergeant Nick back over here? All right. There we go. Okay, I'm off script again. There we go. Yeah, she can go sit with you. I hope we're all as healthy and our memories work as well as they do, as Sergeant Nick does when we're 101 years old. So, okay, now it's time for what you came for. I think it's time to start introducing some of these dogs that are actually going to graduate and the veterans. Again, we were talking about mamas, and mamas give your babies away. And some of your babies that go off to college to find out college is not really for them. So we work hard and we try hard, but sometimes it doesn't always work, but we don't give up. And we have a special veteran here today that actually received a dog in the past. And mamas and daddies, have you ever had that child that just wouldn't shut up? Not a bad kid. One's out there going, that's my kid. It's not a bad dog. He's an awesome dog, but he just wouldn't shut up. And guess what? Service dogs are not allowed to bark and fly boat. So this veteran had to come back and see us again. His heart was broken. But when he was there for his graduation, there was a little girl who said, I want him. And the trainers are going, no, you need this dog. And the little girl was going, no, he's my veteran. And no. And then when that little talking dog didn't get to stay as a service dog, the little girl got the guy she was after. So let's bring Spencer up here. All right, so he's worked double hard to get his dog. And he wanted to know if he could have both of them, but we said no. I was agreed. But that little girl that tried so hard on the first time said, no, he's mine. So Spencer, here comes your little girl, Blue. Blue, come on. She hadn't seen him yet. Oh, there he is. As you can tell, Spencer is still active duty military, and he is actually going to school to be a chaplain. So he will actually be deployed back over to active war areas as a chaplain, and his dog will not only serve him, but he wants his dog to work with the other veterans that are in foreign countries still serving our service today. Thank you. Want to say something? No? You're good? Okay, one more thing is, wait a minute, you can't go yet. One more thing is this year is our 10th year to be in partnership with TDCJ. I got my shirt, 10th year anniversary. And one of the wardens down there knew that coins were very special to veterans. So she had custom designed a 10th anniversary Patriot PAWS TDCJ coin that I get to hereby give to you. Thank you. One of our veterans that you saw in the video today was unable to be here. He's Aaron. He's in the wheelchair. He has spinal cord injury. And when he came back and got his second dog because he had already had his first dog over 11 years ago. And it was the very first dog that graduated, our first graduation within TDCJ. And that dog's name was Lane Murray. And she passed away. So it hurt. And he waited a long time, but y'all saw his picture. Mr. Aaron came in and worked really hard and got a new dog named Storm. They were in the video, but they're not here today because of his health issues. He couldn't come back, but he wanted to say thank you to everyone. And he's around. He'll come around. He lives in Sulphur Springs, Texas, and he will come back and make visits. But he couldn't do it. I will also go back to Blue and let you know that a lot of people sponsor our dogs so that we can do what we do. And Blue was walked out here by one of the members that sponsored us from
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas.
Yay. You want to do this one? Because I'm going to cry. I cry if I do this one. So you got to do it. Why don't you two?
She said, go ahead, you like to talk. Now I'm going to cry. Darn you guys. Okay. This next little girl is, she is sponsored by a wonderful volunteer. See? I know, I got to get the veteran. Okay, I'm sorry. See what you did to me? Anthony, get up here. This is Anthony. And the dog that fell in love with him, and I think it's mutual, is being walked down by her sponsor, Suzanne Henry and family. And here comes Rose Petal. Come on, Rose. I'm glad I'm not the only one crying. And one thing you don't know, this is a sibling graduation today. We have 3 siblings from one group and 2 siblings from another group. So all the dogs today are siblings with one of the others.
We were having a conversation one day, and I'm a dog person, and I'll get to know people, and they'll remind me of a certain breed. And we have a volunteer that is dynamite. She is all over the place, doing all things, and she just go and go and go and go, and just as happy. Last night she was here at the hotel, and I was laughing so hard I was rolling over. And she says, and you told me I was a schnauzer. That's because I love you so much, I can tell you what. Okay, we have had a very interesting week with 2 young ladies that have been with us here. And have you ever had people that have similar names and you always call them the wrong name? They both say that I am Rebecca Rachel or Rachel Rebecca. So we are going to start with Miss Rebecca. Come here. No, I'm not sure.
Lori really didn't know which one was going to come up. She just called a name.
But she loves me anyway, right? All right. She is one of those veterans that your heart watches. You ever get curious about somebody and you just kind of watch them when you come in? Because she's very quiet. She's very shy, but she's got a smile that will knock you off your feet. It's very beautiful, and I'm very proud of her this week for all that she's done. And I got somebody else over here that is totally the opposite. Not shy, not bashful, and not quiet. But she had someone that she loved and admired a lot, and that was just Miss Reba McIntyre. So Reba, look at all these R's. Reba, Rebecca, Rachel. But Reba is going to go. Come on, Miss Little Reba. She's looking for you. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good girl. Thank you. And that's from TDCJ. You went behind me. She said, I'm not a stage girl either. You can go. Yeah, she said. Okay, so I got Rebecca right, so guess who's going to come? Miss Rachel. She looks at me and she goes, Rachel. And I keep reminding Miss Rachel, who has a house full of children at home, that I'm just going to give her another one. And she knows it. She goes, at least this one will mind me. So, Miss Rachel, I think there's another Blue Cross and Blue Shield sponsored dog of Texas called Star. There we go. And a coin from TDCJ. Thank you. You're welcome. Last but not least is one of those gentlemen that you meet that sometimes you're a little intimidated by. There's a big, tough military guy coming in. Service dogs. Really big. And you meet him, and then you find that little soft spot in him. And that little soft spot's for dogs. He's worked really hard. He's had a rough life since his injuries, but he has been able to accomplish great things. I think he still works in the Pentagon. each and every day with his dog. His dog was one of the very first dogs that we got for our prison program named Houston. And he had Houston for 9 years. And it made a world of difference. Words that I can't say because only he knows the difference that Houston really made. And I really wished I'd brought that letter that you wrote to me about Houston, but I didn't think about it, about the difference that Houston not only made in his life, but he lives in Washington, D.C., and due to his injuries, he goes into Walter Reed. And he tells you stories about the difference that Houston would make in the lives of other veterans that were in pain and suffering as he would stop. And Houston would say hello to them and love on them. And then about 6 months ago, we lost Houston. He's 11 years old and he passed away. And I was traveling and I started getting text messages and messages from Mr. Brett saying, you know, Houston was there for him each and every day. And he hurt. And he hurt. And he didn't know if he could do it again. But he knew the difference that Houston made and the love that that dog showed him. And he knew that he needed help. So he asked me if he could come back and get another dog. And I'm going to introduce you, Mr. Brett. He says, yes, please come. I'm sorry, I made the big guy cry. And I love you. Okay, we have had a lot of long conversations because when you give your heart to a dog that is with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's really, really hard to let go and open your heart. So we had a lot of conversations, some very late at night, about could you open your heart again for that second one? And he came here and he saw the dogs. And I thought he's going to move to Texas. Yay!
Level 1 volunteer.
Donna, he's only a level 1 white level. Private joke. Okay. He decided when he came down here, and I see eyeballs just staring at him right now. Just look at him. Look, he says, I know my person's on that stage. And Chris.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, let's go. Just let him go. Let him go. Come on, Chris. Where's your buddy? Chris. Yay. And Grandma. And you're going to introduce this one.
And Chris is sponsored by John Toller and his wife from Toller Hardware. And so Chris is the second dog they've sponsored.
Mary, I'm going to embarrass you. Would you come up here? Oops. She says, who, me? She says, I'm going to kill you tomorrow, Lori. Mary is the assistant warden at the Lane Mary unit in Gatesville, Texas, who created and had designed the TDCJ coins and Patriot PAWS partnership. So I'm going to let you pass this one off. Want to say something? Okay.
I have to speak for 15 minutes.
He said he wasn't going to speak. I couldn't twist his arm. All right.
So if you've never been to a Patriot PAWS graduation, this is what it's all about. So to help us close out today, not quite, but to help us close out, Father Brown, Father J.D. Brown from Holy Trinity Episcopal Church in Garland. He's our favorite priest. And Father Brown's and his church have been very, very good to us. And so Father Brown is going to lead us in prayer.
You bet. You know, I've been affiliated with this organization just because I'm a fan, and they've been very gracious and allowed me to come back and hang out from time to time and pray over some of the dogs and the veterans and all that. I'm an Episcopal priest in the Diocese of Dallas, and part of the Diocese of Dallas, we have an organization of men called the Brotherhood of St. Andrew. And that organization hosts a golf tournament every, what time is it this year? May? May. And we're looking for how many golfers? 200 golfers. And it's really kind of cool because when you go to the putting green and you miss, they got a dog there who'll bring your ball back for you. But we dedicate all the proceeds of that tournament to Patriot PAWS, and you may not believe it, but the amount of money that comes in is really huge. It won't pay for one dog. So it's a very expensive proposition to train these animals, to go through all that these people go through. That takes 2 years. How many dogs have you got in training right now? 70. How many veterans do you have waiting? A little over 100. How long does it take for a veteran to get through the line? You want to know what makes the size of the pipeline? It's money. And so if you would like to make that pipeline fit so the veterans match the dogs and they get them rapidly instead of the long time these folks have waited, you can contribute. And so I would think about that because it'll make a huge impact. It will change lives, okay? The Lord be with you. Let us pray. O God, you made us to be stewards of all living things, to care for them, so to proclaim the glory of their Creator. You gave us the ability to train and domesticate animals to help us in our work and to be a comfort and companion. We ask your presence as we celebrate the culmination of months of training of these animals, in whose service and companionship we pray there is found joy and help and healing. And we entreat for them your mercy and pity, and for those who deal with them, we ask a heart of compassion, gentle hands, and kindly words. Encourage those who work as trainers, those who support that effort, those who will be helped by this ministry. May there be joy and participation, humility and achievement, and the spirit of sacrifice seen in all that they do. May it please you to place a hedge of protection around this ministry and all who participate in it. I ask your holy blessing on us this day and these proceedings in the name of all that is holy and in my own tradition, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, we're not always on script, but I do want to tell you, and I've told you this before in the last 10 days, you're hereby adopted, not only from me, but from everyone in this group. We could not do it without them. So welcome to the family. We get more than Christmas cards, and we want to see you back, okay? So I'm going to give you the opportunity to step out first. So if y'all want to go first, you can go out into the reception area or to the veterans room. And ladies and gentlemen, the graduation fall of 2018. Okay, sit back down for 2 more minutes because I just want to say thank you. Thank you for helping me make my notes. Thank you for making my kennels so amazing and having levels in those kennels. So thank you for making the donations to help us do what we do. Thank you for helping us with the veterinarian clinic. As little as the time, I'm sorry I made so many college kids cry today. I love you guys. You're amazing. And I want to thank you for what you do. We couldn't do it without you. We learned when we were in the prison that our weakest link was socialization. And for you to come on board and to take your time when you're trying to study and do all your homework. And I'm sorry you're crying. You're going to make me cry. But I want to thank you how important it is and how important it is from this heart and the hearts of all these people that are looking at you going, you know, it takes a lot to get through school. But not only are you getting through school, you're spending your time helping us with these puppies, making the difference in these guys' lives. And we thank you. And each and every one of the wardens and the TDCJ staff that put up with, you're going to want to bring what in the unit? She can have a face like nobody else's face when I ask her, I want to bring a cat in on a leash or a remote control squirrel. She's just looking at me like, oh, Lori. But she loves me anyway, right? Gotcha. All right. So, again, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for the brotherhood and all that they do. And, yes, Jazz is the one that can play hole-in-one. And Terry's got something else to say, but everything that you do, the time you spend sharing it with your family that helped them to become our family makes a difference. We've got over 100 veterans on our waiting list. They're asking for help. Our record to date is we've had over 400 phone calls in 1 month of these men and women looking for something that doesn't come out of a pill bottle. And who could not feel better with a four-legged friend?
They're going to cry the rest of the day, I can tell. Couple of things. For one thing, I want to thank you all for coming and helping to make this graduation so special. Another thing is she left to go take pictures of the veterans and dogs, but today is Donna Dixon. She's our photographer. It's her birthday, so everybody make sure you wish Donna a happy birthday. Yeah, and she's just amazing. She does it for us on a volunteer basis. And the other thing, now this is where I'll cry. This lady thanks everybody, but if not for Lori Stevens, none of us would be here today. None of these veterans would have a dog that essentially is saving their lives. So Lori, you always thank everybody else, but you're my friend. You're my boss too, but you're my friend first. And I love you and thank you for everything you have done for the veterans and the dogs.
I promised. Oh, he quit working on me. I promise you, this was supposed to be a happy day, not a tearful day. I do want to let you know that the warden that made the coins brought some extras. It's a $10 donation, and she's making all the donations to Patriot PAWS. So if you would like one of these special edition coins, Mary Crane back here has a box of them with her to help make a donation to help support the whole prison program and Patriot PAWS. But otherwise, we want to invite you to stay. And they have the reception area out there. Please do not crowd the veterans too much. It's very hard for them to even be in this crowd. But they are willing to talk to you as much as you can. I think some of them said it would be easier on them if they were outside and not in a closed environment. But don't get your feelings hurt, you know, if they can't, because this is extremely hard for them to be here today. Crowds make them nervous, like microphones make me nervous. So we'll see you in a minute. Thank you.